Dallas Cowboys strengthen coaching staff with key defensive hire. The Dallas Cowboys have made a significant addition to their coaching staff by appointing Aaron White-Cotton as their new defensive line coach. White-Cotton, who previously served in the same role with the New York Jets, brings a wealth of experience and a proven track record in developing formidable defensive fronts. During his tenure with the Jets, White-Cotton was instrumental in elevating the team's defensive line performance. Under his guidance, the Jets' defense ranked third in total defense in 2023, allowing just 292.3 yards per game. The defensive line amassed 48 sacks that season, tying for the third most in franchise history and ranking 7th in the NFL. Notably, White-Cotton played a pivotal role in the development of Quinnen Williams, who achieved first-team All-Pro honors in 2022 and consecutive Pro Bowl selections in 2022 and 2023. Williams set career highs in tackles, tackles for loss, and quarterback pressures under White-Cotton's mentorship. White-Cotton's coaching prowess also extended to younger talents. He was credited with the significant second-year improvements of former first-round picks Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald. Johnson recorded 7.5 sacks, 16 quarterback hits, and 31 defensive stops in his sophomore season in 2023, while McDonald emerged with 10.5 sacks, 24 quarterback hits, and 2 forced fumbles the following year. The Cowboys' decision to hire White-Cotton is seen as a strategic move to bolster their defensive capabilities. His expertise is expected to be particularly beneficial for star linebacker Micah Parsons, potentially elevating his performance to even greater heights. Additionally, White-Cotton's arrival could provide the impetus needed for former high-draft picks Marshawn Neal and Motzie Smith to fully realize their potential. This appointment is part of a broader effort by the Cowboys to assemble a robust coaching team under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer. The organization has also secured Matt Eberflus as their defensive coordinator, known for his elite defensive strategies, and Clayton Adams as the offensive coordinator, recognized for his effective run-game tactics during his time with the Arizona Cardinals. With these strategic hires, the Cowboys are signaling a renewed commitment to strengthening their coaching infrastructure, aiming to enhance both their offensive and defensive units. Fans and analysts alike are eager to see how these additions will translate on the field in the upcoming season. Brian Schottenheimer's hiring: a safe bet or another yes-man for Jerry Jones? The Dallas Cowboys have officially named Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach, a move that has left many fans frustrated yet unsurprised. While Schottenheimer's resume lacks head coaching experience at any level, his hiring seems to align perfectly with Jerry Jones' long-standing preference for coaches who won't challenge his authority. Schottenheimer, who has served as the Cowboys' offensive coordinator for the past 2 seasons, has overseen an offense that many would describe as uninspired. Despite this, Jones sees him as the ideal candidate, not necessarily for his strategic prowess, but for his ability to follow orders without resistance. Over the years, Jones has made it clear that he desires total control over roster decisions and, increasingly, over coaching decisions as well. This thirst for control was a significant factor in the departure of former head coach Mike McCarthy. While McCarthy had relative success during his tenure in Dallas, his relationship with Jones always seemed strained. He was often seen tolerating Jones' interference rather than embracing it. Ultimately, when McCarthy's contract expired, the two sides failed to reach an agreement, likely because McCarthy was unwilling to continue working under Jones' heavy-handed management. By hiring Schottenheimer, Jones is following a familiar pattern. Historically, he has favored head coaches without prior NFL head coaching experience, with only 3 exceptions throughout his ownership. The reason? Inexperience often means less resistance to his authority. Jones' decision to go with Schottenheimer over other candidates reinforces the idea that he prioritizes compliance over qualifications. Jones himself even praised Schottenheimer's willingness to bite his lip when faced with decisions he may not agree with, a trait Jones clearly values in his coaching hires. For Schottenheimer, this means navigating the high expectations of Cowboys fans while knowing that the final say on football matters will always rest with Jones. This hiring raises serious concerns about the team's future. Historically, under Jones' ownership, only one coach, Barry Switzer in 1996, has managed to lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. If past trends are any indication, Schottenheimer may struggle to escape the same fate as his predecessors. A tenure defined by unrealistic expectations and the overwhelming challenge of working under one of the most controlling owners in the NFL. As the 2025 season approaches, Cowboys fans will have to wait and see whether Schottenheimer can prove his critics wrong, or if he will become yet another coach unable to overcome the unique challenges that come with working for Jerry Jones. Cowboys continue coaching search. Ken Dorsey emerges as OC candidate. The Dallas Cowboys are actively working to finalize their coaching staff under newly appointed head coach Brian Schottenheimer. One of the most crucial remaining decisions is the hiring of an offensive coordinator, and the team is now reportedly considering Ken Dorsey for the role. Dorsey, who has recently been let go by both the Cleveland Browns and Buffalo Bills within the last 15 months, is back in the conversation for a coordinator position. The Cowboys have him on their radar and are weighing whether to schedule an interview. His name has not surfaced for other coordinator openings since Cleveland dismissed him, making this a potentially significant opportunity for him to re-establish himself in the NFL. His most recent stint as Cleveland's offensive coordinator ended abruptly, despite being hired with the intention of tailoring the Browns' offense to Deshaun Watson's skill set. However, with Watson struggling and ultimately suffering a season-ending Achilles tear, Cleveland's offensive production plummeted, and Dorsey was fired after just one season. Before that, Buffalo had fired him midway through the 2023 season, despite the Bills ranking second in both total yardage and points during his only full season as OC in 2022. Dorsey's history as a quarterbacks coach is noteworthy. He previously mentored Cam Newton during his prime years in Carolina, and later worked closely with Josh Allen in Buffalo before being promoted to offensive coordinator. While his results as a play caller have been mixed, his experience could provide an immediate boost to the Cowboys' offensive scheme. Beyond the OC search, Dallas is making multiple staff moves. Andre Curtis, who previously worked with Schottenheimer in Seattle, is joining as the team's defensive pass game coordinator. Aaron White-Cotton, who developed a strong defensive line unit with the New York Jets, has been named the Cowboys' new defensive line coach. Meanwhile, Dave Borgonzi, formerly of the Chicago Bears, will serve as the linebackers coach. The team is also reportedly interviewing Saints running backs coach Derek Foster for the same role in Dallas. Curtis comes from Chicago, where he worked as safeties coach for the past 3 seasons, but his familiarity with Schottenheimer and newly hired defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus made him an attractive addition. Borgonzi, the younger brother of Tennessee Titans general manager Mike Borgonzi, also arrives from the Bears, where he held the same linebackers coach position. White-Cotton's hire could be particularly impactful, as he was instrumental in developing young pass rushers Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson with the Jets. His ability to maximize talent along the defensive front could be critical for a Cowboys unit looking to dominate in 2025. As Dallas continues to build out its coaching staff, the search for the right offensive coordinator remains a top priority. The team has already interviewed Falcons tight ends coach Kevin Koga and Cardinals offensive line coach Clayton Adams, though neither has prior experience as an NFL offensive coordinator. If Dorsey is indeed brought in, it will be interesting to see how his approach meshes with Schottenheimer's vision for the offense, and whether he can unlock the full potential of quarterback Dak Prescott. With these moves, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are putting together a staff designed to compete immediately, but whether this group can finally push Dallas over the hump remains to be seen.